Hey there, Angry Faithful. I just wanted to drop in, bend your ear a little bit, get your attention. So if you're not listening, drop what you're doing and pay attention to me because I'm here to inform you that not only can you get your daily, maybe if you're binging it, I'm not sure, that's entirely up to you, but you can multiply your doses of angry me fuckery by paying attention to all of the platforms upon which you can find either the dulcet tones of my voice and David's voice, or my pretty face and David's not so pretty face. Anyways, digressing, we not only we are on YouTube, we are on Spotify, we're on Rumble, we're on Google, Apple Podcast. We have a TikTok page. We're on Twitter, Instagram, and of course, Facebook. So if you find yourself fuckery deprived, curl up with a nice hot mug of shut the fuck up and just listen. Open those ear holes and be prepared to be cream pied like it's the first time. Thanks for listening.
Welcome, Angry Faithful. Today, we come up with a new. I come up with a new phrase. Johnny's still on the about side of the patron saints of fuckery. I like that. I'm gonna get a T-shirt with it, with like our face.
Well, seeing as that you so eloquently put before we started recording that, I brought up the fact that maybe we haven't obtained that level of patron saint yet.
I don't know.
You decided to take it upon yourself to bestow yourself with that title.
Fuck yeah.
Because you were like, well, maybe you're not there yet. And I'm like, okay, here we go. So please, David, enlighten the Angry Faithful as to how you obtain the level of patron saint as it relates to the art of fuckery.
Well, I mean, Monday night.
Hold on. I got to do this properly here. Class is in session, everybody. Shut the fuck up and look up at the teacher. The floor is yours now, David.
All right. Well, no, it's what happened with one of the people that hang out with us at the divulge names and everything like that. But they were there to support me while I did a open mic night, which I'm going to try to do every. I think O'Brien does it every first Monday and third Monday of the month. So look for that if you actually are in town and everything. And they're a bunch of good guys and everything. First round, I didn't do well, in my opinion. I was really nervous. I kept on bumbling my words and everything like that. I need to stick to a script type deal. But other than that, everybody there, they were supportive. They were like, yeah, come back, do this again. We'll have you come. There's another place in Lawton you can come to if you want to go. There's a lot of support for like comedians right now. But that was all well and fun. The only bad thing about the whole thing is the person that went with me, someone kept on trying to get them to go home with them. And she wasn't having that. And I wasn't having that because she was feeling uncomfortable. I was like, hey, listen, pay your tab. Let's go. Let's just get the fuck out of here. Well, this dude wouldn't stop because he was like, hey, you want some drugs? You want some ketamine, some cocaine? I got all kinds of stuff at my place. Y'all can come by and we can hang out and we can do some drugs. I was like, no, I'm not that kind of person. And he's like, well, I'll have sex with you if I can have sex with her. I was like, no. I think she's up at the front. She's paying her tab. I grabbed her purse. I was like, let's go.
So
let's get the fuck out of here.
What I'm hearing is that you struck him as being either a pitcher or a catcher and decided to use that as a way in, so to speak.
Yeah, pretty much.
Huh. Well. Huh. Okay.
I mean, it's just weird how some people that they get so desperate for like companionship they're doing. Of course, the guy was like belligerently drunk, so. And his friend wasn't helping out any. He's like, "Well, he's a talker, so be careful." I'm like,
Yeah, well, how
that,
awkward would that have been if he'd have had a moment of clarity, had a woke up with a dick in his mouth?
that would be like, fucked up.
He would have, and just because we just recently finished this series, but Moon Knight, that was an absolutely great series.
That was a decent series, yes. I really can't get into stuff that flip flops so much. I don't know what it is.
You're not a fan of Tarantino fans, aren't you? Are you?
No, I like probably about 2 of his movies.
That explains a little bit more about you. Okay, all right. Yeah. Anyways, moving on. So, you know what? I am not going to further give any more credence to the idea that you didn't like Moon Knight.
Well, I liked it. It was entertaining.
I said it was a great series, and you come back with it was a decent series. I can't get into it.
I don't know. I just something about it that just it seemed it went a little bit too long.
Yeah, see, boo that man.
Yeah. I do like the wife and her costume and everything. That was pretty cool. That she came out and everything, did that. And but other than that, I think it was the episode with the when he was trapped in a mental institution type deal. That episode just didn't appeal to me. That's what threw me off on the whole series.
Go give it a second viewing.
I'll give it.
And this time, take notes.
All right. But comedy news, since we're talking about comedy this week, Dave Chappelle someone tried to tackle. He got attacked.
Yeah, he was doing a show at the Hollywood Bowl, and there was people. And I've been listening to the Joe Rogan Experience a lot lately. During the morning, during my drive time at work. I really got to listen to a full episode in its entirety yesterday morning specifically. So I had to go back out to Corsicana. And for those of you who don't know, geographically, it's a 3.5 hour drive from here to there. Yeah. So I'm listening to this episode. And they were talking about how, the guest that was on that particular episode, Radio Raheem, he does a lot of boxing commentating and boxing reporting, right?
Really?
He's best friends with Dave Chappelle. And so, he was talking about there was people that the security at the Hollywood Bowl is a joke. No. I mean, yeah, you got to get through a metal detector and everything like that, right? But for whatever reason, this guy had a weapon on him, like a knife or something, right?
He had a knife and a toy gun.
Yeah. So, but fact is, he got it through security. He got past the barrier, and the security didn't do anything about it. And if you watch the video, the way that David Chappelle moved, it was a reactionary type of thing, but everybody was like, "Oh, he's got race, he's got fight training." Well, no, he doesn't. It's just he just moved out of the way, and things just kind of planned.
He's been jumped before, and Dave Chappelle's not like a small fry either. He's a big boy.
No. I mean, he's not a small guy, but
nowadays he's
this guy got the absolute dog shit kicked out of him. He did. This guy got the absolute dog shit kicked
Oh
out of him.
shit, I think he got like two broken
Yeah, two
arms,
broke.
jaw.
No. Mm-mm.
No,
He broke a couple of ribs. I think he's got a concussion. But yeah, this dude got stomped like
yeah,
bad. And, and event security, their job is to stand there with their back to the stage
yeah.
because they are meant to scan the crowd and look for fucking crazy people.
It didn't
And to
look like
keep
they had any kind of security up back there or up front.
there was,
Oh, there was.
but they were too busy looking at the show.
Mm.
Yeah. So, and apparently the general consensus around the entertainment industry is that security at the Hollywood Bowl specifically has always been a problem. So, instead of bringing in these like minimum wage people, like, get some off duty cops and pay them to come in and work security for these events. And, just figure out something better to do because it's not working, with what they got. And Dave Chappelle, I mean, they said he's okay. He was making a joke about it the next night. It just, but the fact is that, Dave Chappelle's been under a lot of fire lately, ever since his last Netflix special.
Yeah.
And
well, it pisses me off. They tracked the first report was like, oh, because of his opinion on transgender. I was like, they're jokes.
Yeah, that's exactly it. They're jokes. That just happened to be about the trans
woman. Yeah.
I mean, because his entire
it was his friend, and if anybody watched that
it was basically a love letter.
It was
to his friend that killed herself.
Yeah. What's really sad about the whole thing? It was man, that whole special was really great up to that. It was really great up to that point, and then you stop laughing and you start crying. That's what made it even a heartjerker. It was. I was like tearing up at the end. I was like, "Is there
Dave
like
Chappelle, as far as comedy is concerned, Dave Chappelle is an absolute genius."
Yeah. He ranks up there with like Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy, Sam Kinison, a lot of the greats.
I think Dave Chappelle kind of takes on his own class.
Yeah, he takes his own class.
And this is no.
He's up there in that.
Let me finish. Okay. He's kind of up there by himself because, I mean, yeah, you've got the greats that are out there. You've got the Pryors. You've got the Eddie Murphys. You've got the, even to an extent back in the day, the Bill Cosbys. You've got Lewis Black. You've got, I mean, they're just, the list goes on, right? But the way that Dave Chappelle does things, right? Being in comedy is hard because, yeah, I mean, you could look at the world. You have to be able to look at the world, right? Dave Attell. Look at Dave Attell for example. He used to have that show Insomniac, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Getting torched, hammered, just absolutely obliterated on a nightly basis. But he's up at the next morning, sitting in a coffee shop, reading the fucking newspaper, trying to find new material.
Yeah.
And, I mean, there's a lot of comics out there that they still drink, whatever. But like Ron White,
I think he's trying to quit drinking.
Ron White actually quit drinking.
Well, he said that in the last episode that he was on Rogan, but I don't know. I just hope he doesn't relapse and everything like that, because this is like his third try, I guess.
Well, the fact of the matter is that he's doing it. Dave Attell.
Yeah.
He's completely sober.
What is that, Arnie Hammer? No, that's the actor. Fuck. It's like Arnie something.
But
Dude that has like a missing nose because of his cocaine addiction.
But it. I mean, a lot of these comics that are out there that used to party, they're cleaning their acts up, and I'm not saying their act is in their stage presence, but I'm talking about their lives. They're cleaning up, and they're getting sober, they're getting dry, and some of them, yeah,
Artie
it's affected
Lang,
their show. Yeah, some of them, it's affected their show. All right, well, Artie, he's the he works for Howard, right? Howard Stern.
Still? He did a little bit of stuff for Howard Stern, but he's still a comedian.
Yeah, but
God, his nose is fucked off. Take a look at this.
Okay.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. I just realized that text you sent me at 4:30 about picking up the equipment.
Yeah.
Oh wow, damn. I was asleep. I just now saw it. Yeah. Yeah, but he can get that rebuilt, but it's just going to take a lot of money. But, I mean, like me, I can be funny from time to time, but it's not like I can sit down and write jokes. I mean, I think I would be an incredibly bad stand-up comedian. I really do.
But you're actually a good writer.
But I'm not prolific enough.
No.
And that's just me being realistic. I mean, it's not me being all self-deprecating. It's me being realistic. Like I look at what some of these comedians do and the bits that they write. And I mean, you just have to have a knack for that. You just have to have a penchant for it.
Yeah.
And I don't have the ability. I mean, at least right now. I mean, if I were to sit down and kind of like dedicate some time, and I sit there and take my Alpha Brain twice a day, every day for like a month to focus on learning how to write jokes, I could probably do it. Not with the efficiency or the or even the consistency that a lot of these professional comedians have.
Yeah, it takes a while to get.
It does. It takes a really long time, and you really have to commit to it. You really have to be all in, and you're gonna bomb a set every once in a while. I mean, Joe Rogan was talking about it. He said that it's like his second, third, first, second, and third sets. People were laughing, and they were like, "Yeah," and he was getting into it. He said he felt like maybe it was his fourth or fifth set that he bombed. And he was like, oh. He said he actually contemplated going back into kickboxing. But, I mean, because it was funny, it wasn't funny. Let me rephrase that. It was kind of, enlightening to hear Joe Rogan talk about it, because he was talking about because that Radio Raheem guy was asking him the same kind of satisfaction that you got from winning a fight. Do you get that same effect from having a good set, having a good bit? And he goes, no, absolutely not. It's not even close. Because when you're done and you murder, I mean, you just absolutely kill with your set. As soon as it's over, you go back into your notes like, okay, well, that was cool. It's nice to have, but I need to get back to work. I need to keep writing jokes.
Yeah.
Well, because I mean, you can get the jokes outlined and you can get them on paper and you can learn them, but you got to refine them and you got to have like your focus groups, like Dave Attell would call people, just other comics, and just run bits by them. And he's like, think that's going to work? And they're like, yeah, all right, great. Or no. Ah, fuck. Okay. And then he would hang up and just like, rewrite his stuff.
Well, that just goes up to the professionalism of any person that does anything. Like Michael Jordan was the same way when he like won the games. He he won he won the big game,
Mm-hmm.
and he would go back. Okay, now
First person to the facility, last person to leave.
yeah,
Tom Brady's the same way. He'd be the first person to show up in the mornings, be the last guy to leave a practice field. And, he's constantly in the film room. Michael Jordan's constantly in the field room or film room. Tiger Woods is always out there practicing. He's always working on his swing. He's always working on shot shaping and just the greats that we associate with whatever it is that they're great at. You find that's their entire focus. That's all that they do, and that's a kind of dedication, and and it really is. Um, you'll even see it with like actors like Daniel Day-Lewis, or um, Christian Bale to an effect. I mean, you'll get these individuals that excel at this one thing, and they put so much of their life, so much of their time, so much of their energy into getting better. Notice I never said the word perfecting, because nobody's ever going to obtain that level of perfection. It's going to be getting better, because you can always be better, because with as much hard work and talent that you may have, there's always going to be a bigger fish out there.
yeah. I've always thought that there was a famous pianist that I don't remember his name, but it's just what he said. It was like so a reporter asked, "Is like, hey, do you think you mastered this?" It's like, I don't know. I'm still practicing. And that's what you have to do when you have like a job that you like and you love and you dedicated to it. Yeah, I mean, like us doing this podcast, we're dedicated to it, but we learn what we can improve on, what we're doing, what works out for us, and everything like that. And we just keep on pushing too, and we figure out things that could actually help us out. Right now, we're in that limbo area, which I don't like being in, only because I want us to improve more, and we're just not there yet, only because we have lives that we have to live. I mean,
Yeah.
you're about to move down to Houston, and you're getting your stuff set up for there, and
I've been getting my dick kicked in at work. I mean,
God, we were supposed to do like what 4 episodes this weekend.
Yeah, I was on my way back from Corsicana yesterday, and I'm on 45. I'm just about to get. I'm working my way towards the 287 exit. Right,
Mm-hmm.
I'm over there in Mansfield, and we're doing about 85, 90 miles an hour out there. Right. Well, I'm in the truck by myself, but I'm trying not to get run over. So, and I'm blinking out, like I am freaking exhausted. Right, because it wasn't terribly hot. It was in the 90s, like low 90s, but
Yeah,
there was
today
the
it's like
humidity.
102.
I was out mowing the grass earlier, and it was 102 when I was mowing. So, but you know, so I'm looking for an exit. I'm like, I'm about to fall the fuck asleep behind this wheel, and I cannot be having that shit, right?
Yeah.
I said, I got kids, I got Mindy, I got this life that I need to live, and I'm not going to push myself for this fucking company that I work for.
Yeah.
And so and I had pulled over into what used to be a gas station, found a shade tree to park up underneath. And I locked the doors, and I leaned the seat back, and I closed my eyes for about 10, 15, 20 minutes. And you had texted me, and I was like, dude, yes. I explained the situation to you, and you were like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And, and dude, everything that I had on yesterday, completely soaked. I mean, remember that guy that we used to work with, and he would sweat at the drop of a hat, right?
Yeah.
It was like that yesterday. I mean, my my hat that I wear at work, it's completely soaked. Still, it's not dry yet.
Glad I'm working in an air conditioned place today. I mean, it's
I
still
mean,
going to be hot, and I have to have fans on and everything like that. But
yeah. Now, don't get me wrong. I mean, the job does have days where it's pretty easy and it's pretty rewarding, but those days are becoming further and further in between. And with the way that the scheduling is working, the way that the communication is working from the owner down to our level. I mean, in the middle, communication's not that bad. I mean, the communication's passable for something that could be considered communication. I mean, there's a flow of ideas exchanging back and forth, right? You know, but as far as the owner, who is MIA and he's very despondent, he doesn't communicate via in person, doesn't communicate on the phone. He communicates via text and is very, very detached. And the tone of these text messages is, I don't want to deal with this. You figure it out and you make this happen. You know, and that was the situation with this customer down in Corsicana. It was put on my lap, put on my shoulders to fix it. Right. Well, you know, we're not going to debate the reasonings as to why I had to go out there at all, you know, because the job was fucked to begin with. Right.
mm-hmm.
So, but I'm like, all right, so I'm just trying to make it right. And due to the inability or the lack of I don't want to call it ineptitude. It's either either the lack of want or the inept. Well, no. I'm trying to diplomatically state this, because I don't think that it's a lack of ability. Okay, on the part of the owner to not reach out to this customer after several requests to have the owner call him directly, right? I think it's either an inability to care or just a straight up lack of desire.
Yeah, well,
and either way, it's coming off as very unprofessional. And you know, we're the ones that are going out here into the field and seeing this. And I'm like, I'm done with it. I really, really am. You know, and I try to show up and I try to make the best of it, you know, because I still do need to make money until I move, you know, but at what cost, you know? And I'm not complaining terribly that I've worked the last 3 Saturdays, because I mean, there's people that work Saturdays like they're nothing.
Yeah, but it's different for the situation that you're in, because you're working a Saturday because the other people that worked the job couldn't get the job done right.
Yeah.
Basically, you're going out your way to fix somebody's fuck up when you could have done it on a Monday. It's like, hey, I'm doing it on Monday. Well, we need to get this done
because
as
this
possible.
coming,
no.
right, like this coming week, I asked a week and a half ago if I could have this coming Friday off because Mindy's coming up and we're going to go get our marriage license.
Yeah.
Right. And this is something that needs to happen on that day, because it's not like she can just, oh, well, I'm going to pop up there, you know, because it's 6.5 hours for her to get here. And with gas prices being what they are, that's an expensive endeavor.
Yeah. Me going down there, I hit the gas prices that are at the highest. It was like $3.90 for just filling up, and it cost me probably about $300 to get down there. And up.
You know, and that's round trip. And it's like, I'm just like, hmm. But so I'm having to try to work with the scheduler to move my schedule around for this week. Meanwhile, the owner's going, well, I don't know if that's even going to be possible. Well, I'm going to break it down to you like this. If you're telling me that I'm not going to be off on Friday, or at the very least do something local that's small, and I'm talking small, that takes minimal effort, or at least, whatever, just something, right? That's not going to A, require me to go out of town, B, require me to be committed all day. I'm That'll be my last day. And I hate to be that way about it. But
Sometimes with people like that, you have to be like that. It sucks. It sucks. And we're just.
and it's funny because it's like he's taking out his personal issues on everybody. Whether he's choosing to do it whether he's doing it intentionally or not, he's taken his employees, he's taken his company and kind of just dropped it in the middle of a kill zone, and he's just, I don't know. I'm not going to pretend to know everything that's going on in this guy's life because I don't want to. But it's kind of at the same time, I'm like, if it's expected of us to make sacrifices, so to speak, like me having to bring my boys to work with me last weekend, then he can make certain sacrifices and bring his sorry ass into work and be there.
Yeah.
And offer solutions, not dictate edicts to us as to how he thinks it needs to get done. Because I don't know if you're keeping score or not, but the general consensus and opinion of this company is not very high.
Yeah.
I mean, because obviously he's been doing,
like with a different couple of construction people,
and they're like,
they
how
know
is he
him.
even
They're
still in
like,
business?
how does this stuff actually work? And this is people that'll like do painting and everything like that. They were like, it's crap work. We went to one of the jobs that were done in town and everything. We had to fix like a door or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It was a quick fix and everything. We were in and out within like 20, 30 minutes. It was like, and I looked at it and I was like, oh shit, this is crap. And my coworker was like, what are you talking about? I was like, the concrete work here. I was like, oh yeah, you used to do this. It's like, yeah, this is crap. I can guarantee it wasn't my crew, because I don't even remember being over here. And it was just a
there are two companies in town now that do that, and one of them is owned by.
They said they got it done by Nathan. They
specifically
said that because it was they had a couple of spots that were coming up and everything. It was just really bad work. And unless you actually do the job, you would never notice. You would actually have to pay attention to it.
Yeah, I mean, like I spent all day out there yesterday, and I got it done, and I made the cleanup the best that I could and everything like that. But and I'll talk to you more about it off camera. But good God, this, I don't want to go back out there.
Talking about that though, divorces and everything, the Amber Hearst and Johnny Depp trial, that was a circus.
Is that still going, or did they conclude that?
They concluded it. Johnny Depp won. They pretty much said that all of the stuff that she did was on her and not him, and he wasn't the aggressor of the whole thing. And I think some of the people were actually saying that she was doing a line of coke in the courtroom.
Oh, see, I don't know.
I don't think so either.
I don't think that there was any
stressful.
actual drug use occurring in the courtroom before, maybe after, probably, most likely, but during, no, But
I don't know. Some people have that kind of balls or stigma. But the whole thing was just a joke.
Go ahead. Yeah, well, see, to me, what this Depp Heard trial brought further into the spotlight is that elephant in the room that nobody's been wanting to talk about for decades, is that the men can be victims of domestic violence.
Yeah.
If you look at footage from the Will Smith slap, right? When Chris Rock dropped that joke, he was laughing.
Yeah, Will Smith was laughing his
him a
look until
Jada gave him a look.
Yeah.
And then I got to do this. You know, like she went around the house following him one day with a camera, and he's like, "Look, don't use me for clout because my social media is very important to me."
Yeah,
because it allows him to connect with his fans.
And he actually loves.
But then she turned the camera around on her own face, and she just kind of went, nah, nah, nah. And then she posted it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, female narcissism is a thing.
Yeah.
Female,
we've covered a couple of them.
Female abuse towards men is a thing. And, everybody's like, oh, well, you're just a man, you just got to toughen up. Like, well, no, how about fuck that and fuck you? Because, yeah, I mean, we can be tough. Women can be tough too. And, domestic violence is domestic violence. It doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah. It was
like men can be sexually harassed, it's like, oh, well, you're the man. How are you being sexually harassed? It's like, first off, I don't need large Marge over here talking about how she, I don't need on the show. I don't need Martha or Mildred over here fucking talking about how they want to cradle my balls in their hand. And if I don't do it, it's my job. It's like, it's all fun and games. Women want to be held to this like level of, hey, I want to be accountable. Or not accountable. Let me back up. I want to be equal. I want all the same rights and opportunities. But, and I'm not saying this is about all women, so don't get that twisted. But there are a lot of women out there that refuse. They want all these equalities. They want all these opportunities. They want all these rights. It's like, okay, first off, you don't have it nearly as bad as you think you do. But all that aside, you've got all these rights. You've got all these opportunities. You got all this A, B, and C, but they don't want the same accountability.
Yeah.
They want that free pass. We had to fight for this. No, we deserve this. No, you fucking don't. And I'm not going to resort to calling somebody a bitch or anything like that, but it's like,
I'll call a person a con. Third con. Sorry.
No. I'm talking about just women in general, like, oh, these bitches over here. No.
Yeah. Okay.
But all that aside, they want all these opportunities and qualities and rights and everything like that. And they want all this. Oh, the man gets all that. Okay, fine. We've made the playing field level. Great, awesome. But they don't want that same accountability. Like, period. They don't want that same accountability. And, so because whenever that stuff turns around and blows up in their face, like, okay, well, now you're guilty of doing the same things that you just accused this guy of doing. So how are we supposed to approach this? How do you want us to deal with this?
Yeah.
I'm a woman. How is he a victim? He's a man.
Yeah.
And it's just so double standard. It's so double speak. It's so contradictory. It's laughable. And I don't know. I mean, we've on so many different levels, we've acknowledged the different types of workplace stresses and stressors and things like that. Trying to make the workplace a more presentable, trying to make the workplace a little bit more efficient, I guess, for lack of a better term.
Yeah. Well,
By
hell, just recently, one of my neighbors was having problems with their job, and it was all logistics. People weren't getting some of their stuff to work. Some people weren't. Their whole system went down for like 3 hours. It was just a whole. And she's a well strong person and everything like that, but she's like it broke me down for like 2 days, and I'm still not even there yet. And it's just stress like that coming from your stress is your job. The people aren't caring about the business they make.
yeah,
And another turn is the job. A different person's job is just not giving them the tools to work, and that's how it is with a lot of jobs.
mm-hmm.
They want you to work bare minimum to get the most out of it.
Yeah, and like I mean, it's like with you, with the opportunity that you've been presented with, very lucky that you were able to get another opportunity at this place that you're going to go back to. But when you go back, I mean, there's going to have to be an expectation there, right? On your part,
Yeah,
that you're going to expect them to be able to say, okay, look, I know what it was like before, but here's how it's going to work now. This is the new standard, and this is our responsibility to make sure that we're teaching you that standard. So
that's the only problem with this job is I didn't have any kind of problems with it because they always taught the stuff that I needed.
mm-hmm.
They always paid good. They made sure that you got everything. The only problem is it's a lucrative business where it goes up and down. When it goes down heavy.
Yeah.
That's the only problem and everything like that. But of all the jobs I've had, this is the only one I would go back to in a minute because they're good people.
Yeah.
Any other job, if they ask us like, hey, can we have you to come back and everything? Things change. I was like, no, they haven't.
And I think the reason why the number one biggest reason why I haven't left that company yet to focus on my transition from Wichita Falls to the south of Houston is I don't like to quit things. I just don't.
Gotcha.
And it's not some kind of fierce loyalty to this company. I mean, yeah, he gave me an opportunity when I didn't have a job and to make some money to kind of feel better about myself, to be able to provide things.
Yeah.
It's coming to the point now where the expectations are unrealistic.
I saw that from the get-go.
And with the level of customer service expertise, and I say that very laughingly, because even when you were working with me, that was one of the biggest problems was communication from the company to the customer. And when they were communicating, it was very touch and go, and the words customer service in our company name was not synonymous with each other.
Oh yeah.
So, and that's still a problem. It's getting better, but it's not getting better fast enough. But the person, the one person whose name is tied to everything, he's MIA. He's very detached, very despondent, and almost kind of gives off the impression that he doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
And it's to the point now, like the last two paychecks have not been direct deposited. They've been issued as paper checks, and they've all been post dated. Oh yeah.
Oh. Oh. Yeah.
Yeah. So that no gonna work, huh?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
I had that thing. I had dealt with that with when I was working for maid service. They one of my check. I was like, I went to go cash a check at a regular place, and they were like, "Oh, you can't cash a check here." I was like, "Why not?" I was totally confused because I've always had jobs. The check's cashed,
Yeah.
and I went in there. They're like, "Well, your check bounced last night." I was like,
Excuse me?
"Wait a minute, what?" That was
like,
was a business
huh?
check. I didn't. I worked for this company and they paid me the check. This is the payment they gave me, and you're saying it's bounced. I did it as simple as possible so I could get. I
Was
just
that with
wanted to
this
know.
company?
No,
Oh,
I
okay.
was with the maid service.
Oh, yeah, yeah. All right. See, that's what I get for not actively participating. I was looking at something.
Yeah, but
I'm sorry.
they literally. I mean, that was the first job, and the next day I was like, "Hey, I went to another place to cash my check." And I went to where I was like, listen, either I'm gonna cash this check. Is it gonna clear? If it's not gonna clear, I want cash right now, and I'm out. Like,
Yeah.
oh no, no. I was like, no, no, no. Is it going to go through? If you give it a couple of days, I was like, cash now, I'm out. Well, we really
Yeah.
need. I was like, no, cash now, I'm out. I always have the money on the barrel,
Mm-hmm.
so that's fucking ridiculous. I guess we can close it on this episode, our little rants and everything like that.
Yeah, I want to end it on a good note here. So, um, so all right. So, and this is completely random, right? So, it's been well documented on this show that I have a problem with Funkos, right?
Yeah. Are you going to go down your
Yes.
Funko stuff now?
No, no, no. I I did. Now, my collection, it's by comparison to some other of these more serious collectors, it's cute. It's a good start, right?
Yeah.
My collection is now valued at $5,181.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, there was one other thing that I wanted to talk about, and it's about the company that we love and cherish.
Oh yeah, okay. Well, yeah, let's do it. Go for it.
Uh, apparent. I don't know if this was an actual thing that some news company was just putting it out there, but they're saying right now that Black Rifle Coffee had not filed all the forms and everything, and I think it was they were supposedly docking them for insider trading and whatnot, and their stock went down from $20 to like 12, I think now on closing day of Friday. Went down like 8 points.
Yeah, it's at
Yeah,
1171 right now.
yeah,
Yeah, because I was up as high as $150 total, like net value on my account. And their shares were almost like around $20, $25.
yeah. Well, that's what happened. Some report came out that they didn't file everything correctly. Now they're getting docked and everything. I was like, that's they went to the stock exchange. They had to have all the documents going through beforehand before they actually did all that. So I think someone's just making a play to tarnish the company, in my opinion. I mean, it's just of all the documents and everything that's coming down, it just seems that all the stuff is stuff that you have to take care of before you start the company or making it go public. What?
Ooh, I just happened to pull up Amazon, right?
Uh-huh.
They have a lights or a Luke Skywalker lightsaber floor lamp that is 5 feet tall. It's his lightsaber that's activated, and it's a 5 foot tall lamp for $140.
Send me a picture.
Yeah. No, I'm going to send you the link to it.
Okay.
There.
Don't tell me you did this.
No, I sent it to your phone.
Okay. There we go. Gee, that's fucking awesome. Guess I know what I'm buying next.
Right? That I see that lamp in my future, as in like on in
Do they
the
have
gaming
other
room.
ones?
I don't know. Ooh, yeah, they've got Darth Vader's. Darth Vader's is 130.
Just color.
Add this bad boy to my list.
There's a used one for $100.
Yeah, but why?
Dude, you can buy all. Apparently, there's 3 of them. Oh, one's a. They got desk lamps stands for $50.
They have lightsaber pepper and salt mill grinders.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Oh.
Use your words. Come on.
Oh, I'm trying to use words, but I'm just gonna send you the picture because I can't find the link shit right now. Oh, this is definitely getting bought. This is definitely getting bought. Look at this. I'm be amazed.
If you buy that and hang that in your bedroom, you are never getting laid.
I don't know. You saw the
You are never going to get laid.
you seen the
By the caliber of people that live in our town, you will never get laid.
I don't know about that.
And if you do, she's going to have a funky cheese smell to her.
Dude, did you not see that TikTok video I sent to everybody on the no you didn't because you're asleep.
Uh-huh.
Oh God, she was gorgeous. I need to find her. I need to track her down.
With the caliber of woman that lives here.
Oh yeah, you're absolutely right.
Never gonna get it. Never gonna get it. Never gonna get it. Wow,
It's
wow,
like,
wow,
why did
wow.
you have? I've met some women that, well, I did date one, but she was Luco, so she ended up stalking Jason. So that wasn't fun. It was horrible.
They even make them in desk lamps. $50
Yeah,
is
yeah,
a Darth Vader
that's what I
24 inch.
was telling you. I mean, there's like you can buy like three of them for like $316 or something like that, or it's a whole set for $360.
They're $50 a piece.
I don't know. I was looking at something that was like it added up to like 300 and added
Anyways,
up $319. Buy all three. Uh, okay. It's the it's Darth Vader's floor lamp, Luke Skywalker's floor lamp, and then Darth Vader night light or
no,
desk
is it
lamp.
the helmet, right, with the
Desk lamp.
LEDs?
Yeah, desk lamp.
Yeah. Oh, new trailer came out.
For
So I
Obi-Wan.
think that was the final trailer for Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
I cannot wait for that to come out. It just sucks because we were supposed to have it this month and they pushed it all the way to the end of the month.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's like make fucking Doctor Strange
Dude, they have
release on
the
a different weekend.
Halo sword desk
The
lamp.
energy sword.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I want to get one of those energy swords where like okay, so the hilt is made out of metal, but I want it to where I want the Hacksmith made one that where like actual plasma blades came out,
Mm-hmm.
but I want one that looks good, that lights up to hang on the wall. And I want it to be a one for one.
I still want to get. I'm still thinking because I'm thinking about my studio when I'm actually going to make a studio. Uh, I know I want to get the Conan the I think I think I really want the Conan the Barbarian sword because I like the green tint to it
Hey,
compared to
you
the
go. You
gold
you
one.
do you, boo boo.
I know, but I want that sword. I've seen like shitty replicas. They're like, oh, this is a Conan sword. I was like, that's not the Conan sword. That's
No,
not the sword I
it's
like
not.
that.
You need to you just need to hush. You know? But
I think I only found like one once. I found a couple of them online. They're like, I think it's like $80. It's more or less just a
yeah.
something to put up on the wall.
Yeah, the Halo Light Up Covenant Energy Sword collectible desktop lamp with LED light. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Because at some point, and I cannot believe that these words are about to slip loose from my tongue. But there's at a certain point where I feel like I need to grow up. Not enough to the point where I stop collecting things like figures and Funkos, but like overwhelming the overall theme of decor in the places that I'm living
It's called a
with.
man cave, and you can decorate it. That's the only spot you're allowed to decorate.
I know, but my man cave is going to have something like a
It's
set of
gonna
seats from Fenway Park. There's going to be
gonna
fucking
leak out.
AstroTurf. Huh?
It might leak out a little bit.
Well, like I'm going to carpet my man cave with AstroTurf. Like, take your fucking shoes off when you walk in my damn cave.
Is that hard to clean?
AstroTurf?
Because it's just plastic.
Yeah, yeah. It's just it's nylon plastic. Just Don't let me catch you in there spilling shit on my carpet. No, the dogs won't be in there because I don't want them crapping on my floor.
That would be difficult to pick up. But anyways, I think that's the end of the episode. I mean, we were just having a good conversation on the last bit of that. Sorry. And if anything,
Yeah, I'd say edit out all the bad shit, but because the last half of the episode is where it really started to evolve into something good.
Yeah.
But no. Warts and all. This is what we are. Yeah.
Patron saints of fuckery.
Well, until I obtain that level, apparently, it is just the patron saint.
I'll
Singular.
take it. I'll take
patron saint of fuckery.
I'll take it.
Now, the kind of fuckery that he may be or may not be into, depending on which way the gate swings, is entirely up to him and him alone.
They don't swing that way. They push out. They don't push in.
They, as in you've got more than one. What's going on there?
Sometimes I throw up. You got to think of both holes, man.
I've got to start packing to move. And I have done the minimal job here. I need to seriously get after it.
Yeah.
As I'm sitting here staring around this place, and I'm like, yeah.
Well, you don't have that much to pack. I mean, just that room, right?
Yeah.
Because the other stuff is in storage.
No, the other stuff is in the carport now. I closed out that storage unit.
Oh, okay.
Because it went from $65 to $75 to $85 to $95 in that amount of time.
Jesus.
And I'm like, fuck you people.
Yeah, I would too.
Because you're charging me $100 for a 10 by 12. Actually, no, it wasn't even that. It was a 10 by 10. It wasn't climate controlled. Like and then you had to provide proof of insurance, or they were going to tack on an extra $10 to have their insurance.
That's actually cheaper. Most of the insurance for like rain stuff and everything like that's like $11.
I don't care.
But yeah, no. What's really sad is when I was doing yesterday's episode of Psychos and Sociopaths, the killer ended up renting a hotel room or a motel room for like $25. I was like, what? I always come up with like $100 for a hotel room, and that's the shitty ones. And that's on like bookit.com or some shit like that. I'm like, fuck that. What happened after like 20 years? That inflation was just like hit its highest.
That free Wi-Fi ain't really free.
I know, right? But anyways, everybody, thank you for watching. I'm David Dickerman.
I'm Johnny Skelton.
And I'm waiting for it.
No.
Thank you for watching.
Victory!